Isn't it incredible how our world transforms with each passing season? Just imagine the magic of the year, flowers bursting into bloom in spring, sun-soaked days of summer, crisp leaves falling in autumn, and snowflakes gracefully dancing in winter. But have you ever wondered why we call these seasons spring, summer, autumn, and winter? Why not something more exotic or entirely different? Today, let's embark on a fascinating journey to uncover the stories behind these timeless names. Get ready to dive into the captivating tales that reveal why we have exactly 4 seasons and why their names have stood the test of time. Long ago, before we had standardized names for the seasons, ancient societies had their own creative ways of marking time. They used vivid descriptive phrases to capture what each season was like. For instance, early Greeks didn't just refer to times of the year with generic terms. They used phrases like the season of seeds and the season of harvest, because these names reflected their farming practices and the crucial timing for planting and gathering crops. Similarly, many cultures describe the seasons based on what they observed in nature. They might call it the time of cold winds or the time of blooming flowers to paint a clear picture of each season. These names were closely tied to their environment and were essential for survival and daily life. In ancient Rome, seasons weren't just about the weather. They were deeply intertwined with religious festivals and deities. Terms related to events like the Festival of Saturn or the Festival of the Harvest were used to organize community activities and celebrations. These names were central to the culture and social practices of the time, not just labels. Other societies used weather patterns to define their seasons. For instance, they might refer to a period as the rainy season or the dry season, especially in regions with distinct wet and dry periods. This approach helped people prepare and adapt to changing conditions. Some cultures also tracked lunar and solar cycles to mark the changing seasons. By observing the moon's phases or the sun's journey, they could identify significant seasonal changes and plan rituals and ceremonies. These early descriptors were crucial for understanding the year's progression long before standardized names came about. Now, let's explore why early civilizations decided to adopt specific names for the seasons. Without clear names, farmers struggled to know the best times to plant and harvest, risking their food supply and survival. Scheduling festivals and rituals was confusing, impacting cultural and religious practices. Trading and economic activities were disrupted because people had trouble coordinating seasonal goods. To solve these problems, societies began to closely observe natural patterns and create distinct names for each season. These names provided clear guidance for farming, helped plan social events, and brought a sense of order to their lives. By naming the seasons, they could better manage their activities and keep cultural continuity, leading to a more stable and organized society. So what about the names themselves? As the cold season starts to fade, people noticed something amazing. Nature seemed to wake up. Plants grew, flowers bloomed, and animals came out of hibernation. Days got longer and warmer. This fresh start was symbolized by the Old English word springen, meaning to leap or burst forth, reflecting the new energy of this time. As people celebrated with festivals for new life and growth, spring became the widely accepted name. Next came the season of peak warmth and sunlight. With the longest days and flourishing crops, this season brought plenty of resources and prosperity. The Old English word sumor and Proto-Germanic sumeras described this abundant time. The name summer fit perfectly with the season's lively and productive nature, reinforced by solstice celebrations and community enjoyment. Then, as summer turned to cooler weather, people noticed a shift. Crops were harvested, and leaves turned vibrant colors before falling. This time was for reflection and preparation. The Latin term autumnus captured this period of change, while in North America, it became known as fall from the phrase fall of the leaf. The name autumn beautifully represented this season of transformation and gratitude. Finally, the cold season arrived with its own distinct features. The days grew shorter and nature seemed to rest. Animals hibernated and plants lay dormant. Despite the cold and scarcity, winter was a time for warmth and indoor gatherings. The winter solstice marked the shortest day of the year. The name winter, from Proto-Germanic vintrus, described this cold and reflective time, emphasizing the importance of coming together during the cold months. Early civilizations named the seasons based on what they observed and experienced. They created names that helped manage their activities and stay connected with each other. This shared understanding of the seasons allowed them to adapt to their environment and build a strong sense of community. But have you ever wondered why we still use these names today? It's amazing to see how they've stuck around for centuries. These names perfectly match our understanding of nature's cycles and continue to capture the unique essence of each season. As societies evolved, the seasons remained crucial for farming, religious practices, and social structures. Here's the cool part. As stories and traditions about the seasons were passed down through generations, these names became embedded in our literature, folklore, and science. They've stayed alive across different languages and cultures. Even though languages and societies have changed, the essence of the seasons hasn't. This means the names still make sense today, just as they did in ancient times. Think about it. No matter where you are in the world, the seasons touch everyone's lives in the same way. That's why these names have stuck around. They remind us of our shared experiences with nature and our connection to the world around us. And there you have it. The names of the seasons have traveled through time, perfectly capturing the essence of nature's rhythms. From spring's burst of new life to winter's quiet reflection, these names connect us to our past and our environment. Isn't it fascinating how these ancient words still make so much sense today? Thanks for joining me on this journey through the seasons. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more amazing stories about the world around us.